Hey everybody, Rhadamant here with episode 80 of Blacklight Settlers. Thanks for tuning in. Just a reminder to all the patrons, today is the last day indeed to submit your suggestions for tomorrow's vote, so get those in. Covering of the goals from the last voting session, this episode will hopefully, almost certainly get the doctor's coats and hats done and a room for the reactor done. Those are my goals for myself, so let's get rolling. So we left off with Gob here being the sole defender of a refugee raid. I'm not honestly all that worried about this. I think he'll be just fine. There's only 3 tribals chasing Ilarion here. Unfortunately for him, I have hit my 50 pawn mark already. And with that 50 pawn mark, I don't really intend to bring on anyone else, including him. I took a look at him before I started rolling, and he is a drug addict, a volatile drug addict, who is a pacifist. Kind of an excessively stupid combo. He's probably the worst pawn I've been offered so far. So, he's likely, almost certainly going to be the first one to get banished. So the first thing I want to do is work towards those doctor jackets and hats, or at least that's how I'm going to perceive it to be. So what I have to do is go through all of the outfits and not allow jackets or bowler hats, because that's what I am going to put on their heads. So disallow jackets, and we do have a lot of people wearing jackets currently. And then I'm going to need to add a new outfit called Doctors, if I could spell it correctly. And they'll use bowler hats, jackets, pants, and button-downs. Okay, all set. The next thing I'll need to do for this is to make jackets and bowler hats. Well, I think I have a bunch of Thrumbo jackets out there. So I'm going to make 2 bowler hats out of Thrumbo fur. And that's all I really need to do for this bill. I could set Velik up to be the only one to do it, but I think he's the only tailor in the community. Yeah, he's the only tailor. So speaking of which, we have some doctors that shouldn't be doctors. Looking around, we have some constructors that shouldn't be constructing. Some cooks that shouldn't cook. We'll leave Phoebe on it. Burning Passion counts for something. Handlers that shouldn't handle. I guess now is a good time to correct any of the incorrect work orders. No, Velik should not be doing that. Smiths, Tailor, Craft, Queen, Hall. Okay. All looks good to me now. Endelos is butchering up a storm. We just got rid of the last of our, or not the last of the corpses. There'll be one more load of corpses here. But we're getting pretty close. Now I need to pay attention over to Ilarion here, because we're about to get raided. Here they are. And it is the daughter of Roxigo is one of them. So you are the... No. Cheetah is the daughter of Roxigo. Alright, I didn't realize you had a daughter named Cheetah. You had a... But, if we can spare her, we will. I don't know if it's possible. Ilarion, I'll have you stand around. You little pacifist. And no one's related to you. You're related to some pirates and... Wait, how does... You're 30 and you have grandsons. I don't know. The power of... Macy is off the map. Who's Macy? Oh, when I clicked the relationship. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, Cheetah is the last one coming in, because she has a wooden foot and a stabbed leg. So she should probably be the one to be able to flee. And therefore not killing her. Alright, I'm going to turn these off. So we don't want to kill her. Roxigo would be sad. And then you, my little friend, are going to be named the Banish, and I'm going to banish you. And let me explain. I have over 50 pawns now. I don't need to have a volatile pacifist addict in my community. I've already hit 50. Between the 43 here, 47, 48, and then prisoners, easily I'm over 50. 48, 51, I have like 55 pawns here. So if I want to start banishing, I could. Because there's nothing preventing me from doing so. Because as you all voted, I changed, or rather, you all voted for me to change the required pawn mark to 50, not 100. If I add additional, I still can, and will occasionally, especially if I like them. But if they're crummy, like Alarian, one of the worst pawns I've seen really ever, yeah, they get the boot. I'm not going to put up with that. So Gob here doesn't do any hauling, so I'm going to send him home soon. He really doesn't need to be our outpost warden if he refuses to haul. Checking in on numbers. Let's go and see. And set up some rec drugs there. Then I need to set up the doctors with the doctor outfits. So Depends and Bob are going to be the ones set up with doctor outfits. I have hesitations about allowing Bob to be a doctor. He's more of an artist, and I've teased him as such before. But he does, in fact, have the doctor chops at the end of the day. If I could find him. All right, here we go. Assign. Here you are, and you're a doctor now. And as you can see here, a lot of people are turning in their... Oh, Bob has bright green hair? I had no idea. Again, one more reason when you look like Ninja not to be a doctor. Shots fired? You betcha. So now we're making Thrumbo leather bowler hats. There's really no way that Bob and Depends won't trade up once we get these cranked out, so easy peasy there. We are chopping up all the wood that I had queued up, and we can just allow resowing now that we have a full, fully constructed, or fully sown farm over here. Yeah, everyone slept in the heat, my friend. It's a heat wave. It's not going to be comfortable. Alright, so they should be changing up to these bowler caps soon. I do have a bunch of beds being cranked out, and this is for prisoners and just to generally add to our community. As you can see, I have Sergio monopolizing the tasks. Alright, so let's see what we got. We got a good bed. Oops, let me install that correctly. Destroy that. A normal bed. Sorry, prisoners. It's just not that high quality stuff. Sergio did not feel inspired today. Alright, a bunch of crummy beds. Thanks. Guess I'll destroy 2 of them. Not a single excellent bed out of the group there. So now we really ought to be repairing all of the little things that have broken. Oh, you're no longer in your comatose state. That's good. Dominica's pretty close to being ready to be reintroduced. Released from prison. I guess I can restock the romance room, although I'm not using it at the moment. Have no real plans to at the moment, but oh, that's kind of annoying. Being nuzzled by a boom rat and then forming a bond, I'm sort of stuck, you know, not blowing it up. That's what I get. Having little pets that I can't explode. So our chem fuel stockpile is all set. So what I'm going to do is put the shells in here and the chem fuel in here. Call this chem fuel 3. Paste in some settings, but make it more important. And we want to move the shells. So let's copy the settings, paste it in, remove the old, and import the new. And that way we can ship it off into transport pods a lot more quickly. So that's a pretty good idea. Additionally, let's make sure they don't set on fire. So some fire foam poppers. We already had poppers at the other chem fuel depots. I'm going to go grab their beds. Providing they don't stand on top of where I need to place them. There we go. A little bit more comfortable. Just a tad. Is the very least I could do. Alright, we're getting the remainder of the corpses all hauled in. I think we're done with that. Meaning, Vex, it is your turn. I'm curious if those bows that are over there are something I can start loading up. Possibly, not really. But if I add them to a temporary super low stockpile, probably, right? I just want to get rid of it. So let's get rid of our light leather, plain leather. That's a lot of leather. Wolf skin, panther fur. This is all going to an ally for some lovely reputation, so I don't really mind if it seems like I'm throwing stuff away. It's probably because it's more or less what it is all about. Send them some bolt actions. Keep my sniper rifles. That's it. That's the whole list. Actually, no, that's not the whole list. There's some throwbow jackets. I'll send those out for trade. But crappy clothing, I can send them. Stuff that's tattered. This marine armor, for instance. Okay. That's a lot of stuff going into the pods. I like how this zone was blue. Vex is coming over here to burn the remainder of the corpses. What got you down? You observed a corpse. That'll happen in this community. We are a community of many wars. That's probably good enough. Oh, Knack has one more body to add, and he didn't get burned while doing it. It's a Christmas miracle. So we've restocked the kitchen here, and we're going to replant everything, and then we'll lock it all up. Mr. Velik. I don't think we need any more shells. We just need to haul them away. Being jealous of his bedroom is really not a good reason to have a mental break. I'm just saying. Okay, now we're working on Gob's Eye. That sounds gross, but that's exactly what this is. We're going to send Gob home. He's not a hauler, so he really shouldn't be the one manning this outpost. And he's not going to be able to bring a lot home. That's okay. We'll send someone else down there soon. In fact, Cupid. What I'm going to do with Cupid right now is consume a lavish meal. I think I have Wake Up that's stashed away in one of these. Beer, let's kick out. Wake Up, let's kick out. Cupid, take one of each. Take a meal. Take some Wake Up. And let's get moving. What I'm going to do is just form a caravan. It's not going to be with many people or many of the Muffalo. I'll bring them all. There's no reason not to. So people and animals. A bunch of the animals. So we have a bunch of Thrumbo jackets. I'll keep some of the best ones for the doctors. And we'll do a nice trade run here. So all these jackets can be sold away. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Bring the Thrumbo horn. That looks good. We'll bring 5 fine meals and 150 kibble. Choose the route. Going on a trade run. And then Mr. Cupid, you are going to get to eat no lavish while on this trip. And that way he can eat those fine meals. All right, Bob, you got a patient waiting. Very easy to identify them now, the docs, because they have white coats and bowler hats. It's kind of a nice little idea. Now, I did need to work on the reactor room. Let's go ahead and do that. Done. That will be where I store the reactor. What I'm going to do is queue up some hauling of the chunks at a zone. Dump them here. I don't really care. Rebuffed by Hyena. Hyena is a married woman. You idiot. What was that? A food binge? Binging on alcohol. Oh, great. Right as I dump this all out, I gotta stuff it all back in. Thanks, Phoebe. Flirting with a married woman. Like an idiot. Alright, this room is all set up and restocked, so let's keep people out of it. What I should do is just, let's kill these 2 areas and clear the cannibal zone out of here and clear the safe haven zone out of here, so we just don't go in there. Looking at the restrictions now, everyone's either on cannibal or safe, so no one will enter there, and I don't need to keep the doors forbidden. Alright, now we're working on Gob's Eye. I think all the beer is now loaded up. Cupid ought to be leaving Lucy on Berserk. Bob, you're going to be needed to patch people up. Oh, I miscalculated how many beds I need, didn't I? Quit biting me. As far as prisoners go, let's not bother with actual meds on them anymore. Alright, the commissar. Yeah, the prisoner we brought in. So, doctor care, no medicine, across the board. Gonna have Bob rest and have Depends tend to him. We'll treat the prisoner last, because she brought it on herself. Oh, no, there's still some bodies down here. Vex, I'm just going to have you burn these guys. I don't need to be hauling rotten corpses that distance. Forget that. Alright, Gob returned with a very little amount of stuff that he could carry himself. Azalbo, I would advise you not to move closer there. And their, like, raid chief was in this group. I'm even going to burn their weapons. If they'll catch. Cupid is heading out. Good. Yep, the steel Ikla burns. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a full-blown forest fire, but if it does, no regrets. This zone ought to be for chem fuel. Done. Corpse obsession with Knack. Alright, they don't have access to 0 day. In fact, yep, 0 day is well into the frozen territory here. Oh, great, you're gonna get Rarby, the farmer. Where? Oh, and you're gonna dump Rarby into the prison. Alright. I'll immediately send that back to burial. And let's go ahead and send Endelos back to the hunting area. We had made a specific bed for him. I might as well use it. He has a charge rifle, which is a really strange weapon to be using for hunting, but hey, that's cool. We're finally removing the old science room. And I think what I'm going to do is put a wall in there. We don't really need a door there anymore. Or a vent, for that matter. Alright, Endelos is going to be resting, as will Cupid. That's totally fine. Alright, now the farm here. Kritos, could I have you remove 1 flooring for me? Alright, now the hay zone is the maximum size it can be. And we will flagstone... Oops, flagstone the rest of this stuff. And this will allow for more food storage or something. I don't exactly know. Be a larger barn. I'm getting a lot of chunks of spaceship landing everywhere. So the reactor room is in progress. What I do need to do is to have these crafters attempting to do craft before anything else. Actually, I'm just going to have DQ force it. So we want more limestone blocks here. So what I can help to do here is to plop limestone chunks here, clear the zone, make it chunks of limestone. So that's the chosen material that I've used for no good reason, no particular reason I should say. And now we will haul all of the limestone close to the crafting table. Alright, so Endelos is now manning the outpost. And for now, I guess I can have him hunt. No, I'll probably just have him haul. We do have some more graves to dig, though. The bionic eye is done. That's for Gob here. So, I was just looking at Gob. Yeah, Mr. Gob. Left eye. Give you a little bit of meds. Herring, you're not going to be the one to do this operation. I think until I have an emergency scenario, I'm going to make sure only the best docs do doctor work. Oh, unfinished component by 0 day. Right in the feels, right. Oh, nice. So our progress on this shooting kill box area is getting underway. You know that our construction projects are nearing finish when we are... Ooh, this really needs to be opened. When we are repairing. Because repairing is low priority, comparatively. Wow, Wolf. Okay, another eye is needed. We just mangled his eye even more. I really don't understand how Wolf screwed that up, truth be told. Because surgery success chance is over 100%. That is like rolling a 0 on a 20-sided die. I just simply, like, my mind can't comprehend how that went wrong. Because he is a doc of 18 out of 20 skill. Who has bionic eyes and arms and... Yeah, I just... is a planet-known master. I got about as unlucky as a human can get. It's the only thing that I can think of. Just wow. That's all I have to say about that is just wow. Let's expand this zone for more hay. This is probably all ready to go. Yep, ready for launch. Let's give it to the tribals as a gift. It's mostly tribal weapons anyway. Not that that truly matters. And then it looks like Cupid is all set down here. So, Mr. Cupid, they have not restocked. They have a bionic ear. That is worthless to me. We'll sell as much as we can and then push off. That's all we can sell. That's all they can afford to buy. Unless we want to buy marine armor. I mean, it's tempting, but probably not. Where else can I trade to? Yeah, nothing is close. I have 2 days of food, and this is 1.9 days away. Alright, so we are 99 allied with them, and 81 allied with them. I'm definitely good to my allies. Okay, all those ship chunks are removed. This needs to be powered, it seems. Yep. Ooh, I don't know. Power doesn't really work like that. There, now we'll be powered. Who is tattered apparel? Gob does. Oh wow, because of how messed up that surgery was, we ruined his helmet? Whoa, okay. That's something special there. Okay, so we now have the turret that can ideally what we would want is the turret about as close to the ship part as possible. I'm not exactly... because you can't order well, whatever. We can draw enemies this direction, at least. And what I will do is set up one mortar. I hate mortars, but it'll get the job done. And we can set it up right next to these shells. Let's make sure we are recruiting our prisoners. The sinking field. Oh, they're all properly interacted with. That's good. Okay, we'll clean this place up because it's supposed to be for mining. And I'm going to need to turn on my ground penetrating radar to see where we're supposed to be mining. Incompetent cook got you sick. Yes. That would be my fault. Although I'm not sure Gob cooked anything. Here he is in the hospital. So maybe that's not actually Gob's fault. Dominica will really soon be able to get out of the prison. She'll be fully recovered from her addiction. Alright, this was gold. Chair and one of the silly little statues just to make it a little bit prettier. And a light. I don't think I have any in storage anymore. So, yep, let's go ahead and standing lamp. There we go. An inspired surgery. Good for you. I'm not sure where this psychite tea is coming from. Uh-oh. That is a huge raid. That is a massive, massive raid. And I'm just about out of time. They want to sap around my defenses. Well, the least I could do is to fire up my anti-sapper stuff before I try to pick this up for next episode. I'm not looking forward to this. This is a massive raid. Alright, well, that's going to be a bit of a bombshell here. I'm just going to have to deal with this tomorrow. Nothing like leaving a giant problem, a steaming hot pile of problem for me to deal with tomorrow. So, tune in to watch me panic about this raid. Alright guys, well, that's it for me today. If you have any tips or ideas for this series in general, drop me a line. Just a reminder, today is the last day for the patrons to submit their suggestions, and tomorrow is vote day. It's also raid day, and I'll have to catch you all later. So thank you for tuning in, and adios.